Alright, getting right into this, here's what we're going over. First up, talents. Ret has a couple different builds that it can run, mainly 2 Paladin side builds and 2 Retribution side builds. Here's the main Paladin side build. This gives you the most consistent burst damage. You're getting all 3 capstones but going without haste and divine purpose. Here's the other option where you go without Zealot's Paragon and instead go haste and divine purpose. Also, a weird thing with Seal of Order is it also increases the base effect of Blessing of Dawn by 4% when you take it, so it's a must pick talent. Now onto the Paladin side, the 2 builds are pretty much the same. The only difference is one goes Exorcism and the other does not. Here is the Exorcism build. The build is kind of nice because it gives you another button to press. If you properly use it during your burst, you can get quite a bit of extra burst damage out of it, and also just having another range ability is pretty nice. Also, you can go either Divine Protection or Shield of Vengeance. I think Divine Protection is really good against things that will kill you in a stun or do insane burst damage. But other than that, I think the short CD of Shield of Vengeance is better. Also into comps whose goes are 1 minute, it's really good against them since you'll have it for every 1 minute. Now here's the other build. The biggest difference is 2 things. You get to go Hand of Hindrance and Boundless Judgment. Boundless Judgment is technically the highest potential burst out of every red spec, since it can also cause your main target to be hit with 2 judgments whenever you press Divine Toll. Since the AoE judgments can also bounce with it. It's less consistent, but sometimes worth it. There's also a Concentrated Blades build, but I personally don't like it, so I'll just show it for a second and not really get into it. And also here's my Meme Crusade build. For PvP talents, every single game you want to go Lawbringer and Luminescence. They provide the most damage out of any other talent you have. Then, for your third talent, it depends. Hallowed Ground is amazing to things that have a ton of slows. It technically gives you a second freedom on a 9-second cooldown, but it doesn't get you out of roots, but overall it's really nice to have. You don't really play Unbound Freedom anymore since Hallowed Ground just feels better right now. You play Sank into teams that you need Sank against, generally things that are going to kill your teammates in stuns and also sprees in some lock teams. Then you play Judgment of the Pure into Destro locks and Hunters. You could also play it against Acid Rogues or even Shadow Priests. Against Destro, constantly dispelling their dots can be really good. Against Hunters, dispelling their trap is really strong. Against Acid Rogues, constantly dispelling poisons can be really good. And against Priests, constantly dispelling dots can be pretty good. But the problem is you might dispel VT a ton, which can be really annoying. Then the last PvP talent you can run is War of Reckoning. I run this when I don't need to run any utility talents and just want to get max damage. That's it for talents. Next up is the stat prio and gear. Stat prio is verse, mastery equals haste, and then crit. It varies, but you generally want to have more mastery than haste. At least that's what I think. Here's the standard gear that most rets run. And here's my full mastery build that I like to run. Next up, Trinkets. As human, I recommend either Insignia plus Emblem or Insignia plus Badge. The haste from Insignia is really good, and you also can't run Emblem with Badge because they put each other on CD. As Dark Iron, it's usually Trinket plus Insignia. Next up are comps. Your best comp right now is Cupid, the second best is Ret Warrior, then Ret Sub-Rogue. Then some off-meta comps are Ret SP and Ret DK. Those are all the comps that you'll probably have the most luck with. Here's how you burst. Get 5 Holy Power, Seraphim, Pop Wings, Final Wreck, Toll, Verdict, Wake, Verdict. And that is all. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.